You know that feeling when someone convinces you to do something, and later you ask yourself, why did I say yes? Maybe it was a friend asking for a favor, a salesperson who made you buy something you didn't plan for, or even a leader who moved an entire crowd with just their words. The truth is, human beings are wired in fascinating ways. And when you understand the psychology of influence, you don't just see the world differently, you begin to move in it with power. Today, you're about to step into that world. By the time you're done with this session, you won't just understand why people say yes, you'll know how to shape decisions, inspire action, and carry an authority that makes your words impossible to ignore. Welcome to Mr. Educated, the channel where knowledge is power and wisdom is the new currency. If you're ready to elevate your mind and master influence, then stay locked in and remember, subscribe and like this video so you never miss out on powerful lessons like this. Now, let's go deep. Every day, people make decisions that change their lives. But here's the secret. Very few of those decisions are purely logical. We like to think we're rational beings. The truth? We're emotional creatures first, and logic usually comes later, just to justify what we already feel. Think about it. You walk into a store, see a new phone, and before you even check the specs, you already want it. You tell yourself it has better features, better speed, but deep down, it was the shine, the brand, or the way the ad made you feel that hooked you. Influence lives in that space between emotion and justification. That's where yes is born. Imagine walking down the street and a complete stranger calls your name. You stop instantly, right? Why? Because recognition disarms you. It tells your brain, this person knows me. Maybe I can trust them. That's the first crack in the wall of resistance. This is what great influencers know. People don't move because of facts. They move because they feel seen, understood, and connected. The dance of reciprocity. Picture this. You're at a restaurant, and at the end of your meal, the waiter drops a small mint on the tray with your bill. Research shows your tip instantly goes up. Why? Not because of the mint itself. It's tiny, almost worthless. But your brain whispers, they gave me something. I should give back. That subtle pull is reciprocity, the invisible obligation we feel to repay kindness. It's one of the deepest triggers of influence, and you see it everywhere. Free samples in supermarkets, trial versions of apps, even a friend buying you coffee. The gift doesn't matter. It's the gesture that opens the door to yes. The power of consistency. Now let me take you into another scenario. Imagine you're walking in your neighborhood and someone asks, would you place a small sticker on your window supporting safe driving? Harmless, right? Most people agree. Weeks later, the same group comes back, not with a sticker, but with a huge billboard to install on your lawn. Guess what? Most of the people who said yes to the sticker also said yes to the billboard. Why? Because once we make a small commitment, we feel pressured to stay consistent with that image of ourselves. It's not about the billboard, it's about identity. I'm the kind of person who supports safe driving. I can't go back on that now. This is why salespeople start with small requests. This is why movements grow one pledge at a time. Consistency locks us in. The authority effect. Let me ask you this. If two people gave you the same advice, one is your neighbor and the other is a doctor in a white coat, who would you listen to? Instantly, the doctor. Why? Authority. Human beings are conditioned to respect symbols of authority, titles, uniforms, expertise. When someone speaks with confidence, backed by credibility, our resistance drops. It's not even conscious, it's instinct. That's why advertisers use doctors to promote toothpaste and why financial advisors wear suits. Authority doesn't just persuade, it commands. Ever walked past two restaurants, one empty, the other packed, and felt pulled toward the busy one? That's social proof at work. We look to others to decide what's safe, valuable, or worth our time. When people say yes, often it's not because of the product, but because everyone else is saying yes too. Reviews, testimonials, likes, shares, all of these are powerful tools of influence because they tap into our tribal instinct. If others approve, it must be good. The desire of scarcity. Now imagine you're shopping online and see the words, only two left in stock. Suddenly your heart races, you click faster. Not because you desperately need it, but because scarcity tells your brain this opportunity may never come again. Scarcity makes things valuable. When something is rare, limited, or exclusive, it becomes irresistible. Think about luxury brands, limited edition sneakers, or even VIP tickets. The fear of missing out drives people to say yes before logic has a chance to argue. Now pause for a moment and look at the picture forming here. Reciprocity pulls us to return favors. Consistency ties us to our past decisions. Authority reassures us. Social proof comforts us. Scarcity rushes us. Put together, they create a powerful web where yes becomes the only natural response. And the most fascinating part? These aren't manipulative tricks. They are reflections of what it means to be human. Influence isn't about control, it's about connection. When you understand why people say yes, you're not forcing them. You're aligning with their natural psychology. Think of leaders who changed the world. Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. None of them forced people. They tapped into these principles naturally. They gave first, they stood consistent, they carried authority, they showed the proof of others standing with them, and they framed their mission as urgent. That's why crowds moved. That's why nations shifted. That's why history remembers them. How you can use this today. So how does this translate into your daily life? Imagine you're a business owner. Instead of shouting about your product, you start by giving free value, free tips, free trials. People feel the pull of reciprocity. You make small asks, leading people step by step until they are naturally consistent with the journey. You position yourself as an authority, not by pretending, but by genuinely mastering your craft. You showcase the proof of others, testimonials, reviews, case studies, and you frame your offer with urgency, limited spots, limited time, or exclusive access. Suddenly, influence isn't a mystery, it's a strategy. And here's the most assuring part. These strategies are timeless. They've been tested in human behavior for centuries, across cultures, across societies. They don't fail because they don't depend on trends. They depend on human nature. When you carry this knowledge, you walk differently, you sell differently, you lead differently, and most importantly, you live with the confidence that when you speak, people listen. So the next time you ask yourself, why did I say yes? Remember this conversation. Remember the strings of influence that shape our choices. And as you move forward, don't just notice them, use them. Influence with wisdom, with integrity, and with purpose. If this opened your eyes, then you're in the right place. This is Mr. Educated, and here we don't just learn, we transform. Make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and share this with someone who needs to master the art of influence. Because the world doesn't just listen to those who speak loudest, it listens to those who understand why people say yes.